You cannot move the mic.
Should I hit got it?
Yeah.
Jaya Jaya Sri Caitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Krishna Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namah Namaste Saraswati Devi Gurnivan Pratharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschata Adhistarane Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda. Chapter 10, Text 60, Caitanya Charitamrta. Asvadila Esabarasa Sena Shivananda Vistari Kahi Bhag Age Ishvaba Ananda. Srila Shivananda Saint expressed the three features of Sakshat, Avesh, Avirbhav. Later, I shall vividly describe this transcendently blissful subject, Srila Prabhupada's purport. Srila Shivananda Sain has been described by Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj as follows. Shivananda Sain was a resident of Kumarhat, which is also known as Halis Sahara, and was a great devotee of the Lord. About 1.5 miles from Kumarahata is another village known as Kanchadapada, in which there are Gauragopal deities installed by Shivananda Sain, who also established a temple in Krishnaraya that is still existing. Shivananda Sain was the father of Paramananda Sain, who is also known as Puridas or Kavi Karnapur. Paramananda Sain wrote in his Gauravganadesha Deepika 176 that two of the gopis of Vrindavan, whose former names were Veera and Duti, combined to become his father. Srila Shivananda Sain guided all the devotees of Lord Chaitanya who went from Bengal to Jagannath Puri, and he personally bore all the expenses for their journey. This is described in the Caitanya Charitamrta Madhya Lila, chapter 16, verses 19 through 27. Srila Shivananda Sain had 3 sons, named Chaitanya Das, Ram Das, and Paramananda. As mentioned above, this last son later became Kavi Karnapur and wrote the Gauravganadesha Deepika. His spiritual master was Srinath Pandit, who was Shivananda Sain's priest. Due to Vasudev Datta's lavish spending, Shivananda Sain was engaged to supervise his expenditures. Shivananda Sain actually experienced Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's features of Sakshat, Avesh, and Avirbhav. He once took along a dog while on his way to Jagannath Puri, and it is described in the Antya-lila, first chapter, that this dog later attained salvation by his association. When Srila Raghunath Das, who later became Raghunath Das Goswami, fled his paternal home to join Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, his father wrote a letter to Shivananda Sain to get information about him. Shivananda Sain supplied him the details for which he asked, and later Raghunath Das Goswami's father sent some servants and money to Shivananda Sain to take care of Raghunath Das Goswami. Once, Shivananda Sain invited Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to his home and fed him so sumptuously that the Lord felt indigestion and was somewhat sick. This became known to Shivananda Sain's eldest son, Chaitanya Das, who gave the Lord the kinds of food that would help his digestion, and thus Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very pleased. This is described in the Antya-lila 10th chapter, verses 142 through 151. Once, while going to Jagannath Puri, all the devotees had to stay underneath a tree without the shelter of a house or even a shed. And Nityananda Prabhu became very angry, as if he were greatly disturbed by hunger. Thus, he cursed Shivananda's sons to die. Shivananda's wife was very much aggrieved at this, and she began to cry. She very seriously thought that since her sons had been cursed by Nityananda Prabhu, certainly they would die. When Shivananda Sen later returned and saw his wife crying, he said, "Why are you crying? Let us all die if Sri Nityananda Prabhu desires." When Shivananda Sen returned and Srila Nityananda Prabhu saw him, the Lord kicked him severely, complaining that he was very hungry and asked why he had not arranged for his food. Such is the behavior of the Lord with his devotees. Srila Nityananda Prabhu behaved like an ordinary hungry man, as if completely dependent on the arrangements of Shivananda Sen. A nephew of Shivananda Sen named Shrikant left the company in protest of Nityananda Prabhu's curse and went directly to Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu at Jagannath Puri, where the Lord pacified him. On that occasion, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu allowed his toe to be sucked by Puridas, who was then a child. It is by the order of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that he could immediately compose Sanskrit verses. During the misunderstanding with Shivananda's family, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ordered his personal attendant, Govinda, to give them all the remnants of his food. This is described in Antya-lila, chapter 12, verse 53. Text 61. Shivanandara upasakha tanra parikara putra vrityari kari Chaitanya kinkara. The sons, servants, and family members of Shivananda Sen constituted a sub-branch. They were all sincere servants of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Text 62. Chaitanya Das Ramadas Ara Karnapura Tina Putra Shivanandera Prabhurha Bhakta Shura. The three sons of Shivananda Sen, named Chaitanya Das, Ramdas, and Karnapur, were all heroic devotees of Lord Chaitanya. Srila Prabhupada's purport. Chaitanya Das, the eldest son of Shivananda Sen, wrote a commentary on Krishna Karnamrita that was later translated by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur in his paper Sajjana Toshani. According to expert opinion, Chaitanya Das was the author of the book Caitanya Charita, also known as Caitanya Caritamrta, which was later written in Sanskrit. The author was not Karvikarnapur, as is generally supposed. This is the opinion of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Sri Ramdas was the second son of Shivananda Sen. It is stated in the Gauragana Dashadipika 145 that the two famous parrots named Daksha and Vichakshana in Krishna Lila became the elder brothers of Kavi Karnapur, namely Chaitanya Das and Ramdas. Karnapur, the third son, was also known as Parmananda Das or Puri Das, was initiated by Srinath Pandit, who was a disciple of Sri Advaita Prabhu. Karnapur wrote many books that are important in Vaishnava literature, such as the Ananda Vrindavan Champu, Alankara Kaustuba, Gauragana Deshadipika, and the great epic Chaitanya Chandrodaya Nataka. He was born in the year 1448 Shakabda, that's 1526 AD. He continually wrote books for 10 years, from 1488 until 1498. Text 63. Sri Balaba Sena Arasena Sri Kantam Shivananda Sambande Prabhura Bhakta Ekantam. Sri Vallabha Sen and Sri Kanta Sen were also sub-branches of Shivananda Sen, for they were not only his nephews, but unalloyed devotees of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Srila Prabhupada's purport. When Lord Nityananda Prabhu rebuked Shivananda Sen on the way to Puri, these two nephews of Shivananda left the company as a protest and went to see Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu at Jagannath Puri. The Lord could understand the feelings of the boys, and he asked his personal assistant, Govinda, to supply them with prasadam until the party of Shivanandas arrived. During the Rath Yatra Sankirtan festival, these two brothers were members of the party led by Mukunda. In the Gauragana Dipika 174, it is said that the gopi whose name was Katyayani appeared as Sri Kantasena. Text 64. Prabhu Priya Govindananda Mahabhagavata Prabhura Caitanya Adi Shri Govinda Datta, Govinda Nanda, and Govinda Datta, the 25th and 26th branches of the tree, were performers of kirtan in the company of Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu. Govinda Datta was the principal singer in Lord Chaitanya's kirtan party. Purport. Prabhupada says, Govinda Datta, Jai Sri Sri Kishore Kishore, Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Maharani ki Jai, Jai Jai, Gornitai, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj, Prabhupada Thakur ki Jai, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Text 65. Shri Vijaya Dasa Nama Prabhura Akarya Prabhure Aneka Punti Diache Likhiya. Sri Vijayadas, the 27th branch, another of the Lord's chief singers, gave the Lord many books written by hand. Purport by Prabhupada. Formerly, there were no printing presses or printed books. All books were handwritten. Precious books were kept in manuscripts in temples or other important places, and anyone who was interested in a book had to copy it by hand. Vijayadas was a professional writer who copied many manuscripts and gave them to Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu. Text 66. Ratnabahu Bali Prabhu Tuila Tanranama Akinchana Prabhu Rapriya Krishna Dasan Nama. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave Vijayadas the name Ratnabahu, jewel-handed, because he copied many manuscripts for him. The 28th branch was Krishnadas, who was very dear to the Lord. He was known as Akinchana Krishnadas. Purport. Akinchana means one who possesses nothing in this world. Text 67. Kolavecha Shridhara Prabhura Priyudas Yanha Sane Prabhu Kare Nitya Parihas. The 29th branch was Shridhar, a trader in banana tree bark. He was a very dear servant of the Lord. On many occasions, the Lord played jokes on him. Purport. Shridhar was a poor Brahmin who made a living by selling banana tree bark to be made into cups. Most probably he had a banana tree garden and collected the leaves, skin, and pulp of the banana trees to sell daily in the market. He spent 50% of his income to worship the Ganges, and the balance he used for his subsistence. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu started his civil disobedience movement in defiance of the Qazi, Shridhar danced in jubilation. The Lord used to drink water from his water jug. Shridhar presented a squash to Sachi Devi to cook before Lord Chaitanya took sannyas. Every year he went to see Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu at Jagannath Puri. According to Kavi Karnapur, Shridhar was a cowherd boy of Vrindavan whose name was Kusum Asava. And in his Kusum Asava. In his Goragana Deshadipika 133, it is stated, Kola Vechitaya Yata Pandita Shridhara Vija Asid Raje Hasya Karo Yanamna Kusumasava. A cowherd boy known as Kusumasava in Krishna Lila later became Kolavesha Shridhar during Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Lila at Navadvip. Text 68. Prabhu Yanra Nitya Laya Tora Mocha Pala Yanra Puta Lawa Patre Prabhu Pila Jala. Every day, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu jokingly snatched fruits, flowers, and pulp from Shridhar and drank from his broken iron pot. Text 69. Prabhura Ati Priya Dasa Bhagavan Pandita Yanradehe Krishna Purve Haila Adishtita. The 13th branch was Bhagavan Pandit. He was an extremely dear servant of the Lord, but even previously, he was a great devotee of Lord Krishna who always kept the Lord within his heart. Jagadisha Pandita Ara Haranya Mahashaya Yare Kripa Koela Bale Prabhu Doyamaya. The 31st branch was Jagadish Pandit, and the 32nd was Hiranya Mahashaya, unto whom Lord Chaitanya in his childhood showed his causeless mercy. Purport. Jagadish Pandit was formerly a great dancer in Krishna Lila and was known as Chandradas. Regarding Hiranya Pandit, it is said that once when Lord Nityananda decorated with valuable jewels was staying at his home all night long, a great thief attempted to plunder these jewels, but was unsuccessful. Later he came to Nityananda Prabhu and surrendered unto him. Text 71. Hey Dui Gari Prabhu Ekadashi Dine Vishnura Naivedyamagi Kaila Opane Apane. In their two houses, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu begged food on the Ekadasi day and personally ate it. Purport. The injunction to fast on Ekadasi is especially meant for devotees. On Ekadasi, there are no restrictions regarding food that may be offered to the Lord. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took the food of Lord Vishnu in his ecstasy as Vishnu Tattva. Prabhura Paduya Dui Purushottama Sanjaya Vyakarane Dui Shisha Dui Mahashaya. Translation. The 33rd and 34th branches were the two students of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu named Purushottama and Sanjaya, who were stalwart students in grammar. They were very great personalities. Purport. These two students were inhabitants of Navadvip and were the Lord's first companions in the Sankirtan movement. According to the Caitanya Bhagavat, Purushottama Sanjaya was the son of Mukunda Sanjaya, but the author of Sri Caitanya Charitamrta has clarified that Purushottama and Sanjaya were two people, not one. Text 73. Banamali Pandit Sakka Vikyata Jakate Sonaramu Salahala Dekila Prabhurahate. Vanamali Pandit, the 35th branch of the tree, was very much celebrated in this world. He saw a golden club and plow in the hands of the Lord. Purport. Vanamali Pandit saw Lord Chaitanya in the ecstasy of Balram. This is described vividly in Chaitanya Bhagavat Antya Kanda, chapter 9. Text 74. Sri Chaitanya Raati Priya Puri Manta Khan Ajanma Aga Adya Kari Tenho Sevaka Pradhan. The 36th branch, Buddhimanta Khan, was extremely dear to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He was always prepared to carry out the Lord's orders, and therefore he was considered to be a chief servant of the Lord. Purport. Sri Buddhimanta Khan was one of the inhabitants of Navadvip. He was very rich, and it was he who arranged for the marriage of Lord Chaitanya with Vishnu Priya, the daughter of Sanatan Mishra, who was the priest of the local Zamindar. He personally defrayed all the expenses and expenditures for the marriage ceremony. When Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was attacked by Vayu Vyadi, derangement of the air within the body, Buddhimanta Khan paid for all requisite medicines and treatments to cure the Lord. He was the Lord's constant companion in the Kirtan movement. He collected ornaments for the Lord when he played the part of the goddess of fortune in the house of Chandrasekharacharya. He also went to see Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu when he was staying at Jagannath Puri. Text 75. Garuda Pandit Laya Srinama Mangala Namabale Vishayanre Nakarila Bala. Garuda Pandit, the 37th branch of the tree, always engaged in chanting the auspicious name of the Lord. Because of the strength of this chanting, even the effects of poison could not touch him. Purport. Garuda Pandit was once bitten by a poisonous snake, but the snake's poison could not affect him because of his chanting of the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Text 76. Gopinata Simha Eka Chaitanya Radas Akrura Bali Prabhu Yanre Kaila Parihas. Gopinath Simha, the 38th branch of the tree, was a faithful servant of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The Lord jokingly addressed him as Akrura. Actually, Prabhupada says in the purport, actually he was Akrura, as stated in text 117 of the Guru Ganadesha Deepika. Text 77. Bhagavati Devananda Rakeshvara Kripate Bhagavatera Bhaktiartha Pila Prabhu Haite. Devananda Pandit was a professional reciter of Srimad Bhagavatam, but by the mercy of Rakeshvara Pandit and the grace of the Lord, he understood the devotional interpretation of the Bhagavatam. Purport. In the Chaitanya Bhagavat, Madhyakand, chapter 21, it is stated that Devananda Pandit and Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, the father of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, Vishrada, lived in the same village. Devananda Pandit was a professional reciter of Srimad Bhagavatam, but Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did not like his interpretation of it. In the present town of Navadvip, which was formerly known as Kulia, Lord Chaitanya showed such mercy to him that he gave up the Mayavadi interpretation of Srimad Bhagavatam and learned how to explain Srimad Bhagavatam in terms of bhakti. Formerly, when Devananda was expounding the Mayavadi interpretation, Srivas Thakur was once present in his meeting, and when he began to cry, Devananda's students drove him away. Some days later, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu passed that way, and when he met Devananda, he chastised him severely because of his Mayavad interpretation of Srimad Bhagavatam. At that time, Devananda had little faith in Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as an incarnation of Lord Krishna. But one night, sometime later, Rakeshvara Pandit was a guest in his house, and when he explained the science of Krishna, Devananda was convinced about the identity of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Thus, he was induced to explain Srimad Bhagavatam according to the Vaishnava understanding. In the Guru Ganadesha Deepika 106, it is described that he was formerly Bhaguri Muni, the Sabha Pandit who recited Vedic literatures in the house of Nanda Maharaj. Text 78 and 79. Kanda Vasi Mukunda Da Sri Raghu Nandana Narahari Dasa Chiranjiva Sulochana E Sabba Mahasaka Chaitanya Kripadama Prema Pala Pula Kare Yahantahan Dana. Translation. Sri Kandavasi Mukunda and his son Raghunandana were the 39th branch of the tree. Narahari was the 40th, Chiranjeev the 41st, and Sulochana the 42nd. They were all big branches of the all-merciful tree of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. They distributed the fruits and flowers of love of Godhead anywhere and everywhere. Purport. Sri Mukunda Das was the son of Narayan Das, the eldest brother of Narahari Sarakara. His second brother's name was Madhava Das, and his son was named Raghunandana Das. Descendants of Raghunandana Das still live 4 miles west of Katwa, the village named Srikan, where Raghunandana Das used to live. Raghunandana had one son named Kanai, who had two sons, Madanarai, who was a disciple of Narahari Thakur, and Vamsidvana. And it is estimated that at least 400 men descended in this dynasty. All their names are recorded in the village of Srikan. In the Guru Ganadesha Dipika 175, it is stated that the gopi whose name was Vrindadevi became Mukundadas, lived in the Srikan village, and was very dear to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. His wonderful devotion and love for Krishna are described in Chaitanya Charitamrta Madhya Lila chapter 15. It is stated in the Bhakti Ratnakara, 8th wave, that Raghunandana used to serve the deity of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Narahari Das Sarakara was a very famous devotee. Lochan Das Thakur, the celebrated author of Sri Chaitanya Mangala, was his disciple. In the Chaitanya Mangala, it is stated that Sri Gadadhar Das and Narahari Sarakar were extremely dear to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, there is no specific statement regarding the inhabitants of the village of Srikan. Chiranjeev and Sulochan were both residents of Srikan, where their descendants are still living. Of Chiranjeev's two sons, the elder, Ramachandra Kaviraj, was a disciple of Srinivasa Acharya and an intimate associate of Narottam Das Thakur. The younger son was Govinda Das Kaviraj, the famous Vaishnava poet. Chiranjeev's wife was Sunanda, and his father-in-law was Damodar Sen Kaviraj. Chiranjeev previously lived on the bank of the Ganga in the village of Kumaranagara. The Goragana Deshadipika 207 states that he was formerly Chandrika in Vrindavan. Text 80. Kulinagrama Vasi Satta Raja Ramananda Yadunata Purushottama Sankara Vidyananda. Translation. Satyaraj, Ramananda, Yadunath, Purushottama, Sankara, and Vidyananda all belonged to the 20th branch, and they were inhabitants of the village known as Kulinagram. Text 81. Vaninata Basurari Yata Gramitam Sabe Chaitanya Britya Chaitanya Pradhanha. All the inhabitants of Kulinagram village, headed by Vaninath Vasu, were servants of Lord Chaitanya, who was their only life and wealth. Text 82. Prabhu Kahe Kulinagram Mera Ye Haya Kukura Se Mora Priya Anya Jana Rahutura. The Lord said, what to speak of others? Even a dog in the village of Kulinagram is my dear friend. Text 83. Kulinagram Mira Bhagya Kahane Najhaya Shukaracharaya Doma Seha Krishna Gaya. No one can describe the fortunate position of Kulinagram. It is so sublime that even sweepers who tend their hogs there also chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Text 84. Anupama Balaba Sri Rupa Sanatana Etina Shaka Rikshara Paschime Sarvotama. Translation. On the western side were the 43rd, 44th, and 45th branches, Sri Sanatan, Sri Rupa, and Anupama. They were the best of all. Purport. Sri Anupama was the father of Srila Jiva Goswami and the younger brother of Sri Sanatan Goswami and Sri Rupa Goswami. His former name was Vallabha, but after Lord Chaitanya met him, he gave him the name Anupama. Because of working in the Muslim government, these three brothers were given the title Malik. Our personal family is connected with the Maliks of Mahatma Gandhi Road in Calcutta, and we often used to visit their Radha Govinda temple. They belong to the same family as we do. Our family Gotra, or original genealogical line, is the Gautama Gotra, or line of disciples of Gautama Muni. And our surname is Day. But due to their accepting the posts of zamindars in the Muslim government, they received the title of Malik. Similarly, Rupa, Sanatan, and Balaba were also given the title Malik. Malik means Lord, just as the English government gives rich and respectable persons the title Lord. So the Muslims give the title Malik to rich, respectable families that have intimate connections with the government. Thus, the title Malik is found not only among Muslims, but also among Hindu aristocracy. This title is not restricted to a particular family, but is given to different families and castes. The qualifications for receiving it are wealth and respectability. Sanatan Goswami and Rupa Goswami belong to the Bharadvaj Gotra, which indicates that they belonged either to the family of disciplic succession of Bharadvaj Muni. As members of the Krishna consciousness movement, we belong to the family or disciplic succession of Saraswati Goswami, and thus we are known as Saraswatas. Obeisances are therefore offered to the spiritual master as Saraswata Dev, or a member of the Saraswat family. Namaste Saraswati Devi, whose mission is to broadcast the cult of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Gauravani Pracharane, and to fight with impersonalists and Voidists. Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatade Satanane. This was also the occupational duty of Sanatan Goswami, Rupa Goswami, and Anupama Goswami. The genealogical tables of Sanatan Goswami, Rupa Goswami, and Vallabha Goswami can be traced back to the 12th century Shakabda, when a gentleman of the name Sarvagya appeared in a very rich and opulent Brahmin family in the province of Karnataka. He had two sons named Anirudera, Rupeshvara, and Harihara, who were both bereft of their kingdoms and thus obliged to reside in the highlands. The son of Rupeshwara, who was named Padmanabha, moved to a place in Bengal known as Naihati, on the bank of the Ganges. There he had 5 sons, of whom the youngest, Mukunda, had a well-behaved son named Kumaradev, who was the father of Rupa, Sanatan, and Ballabha. Kumaradev lived in Fatabad, an area bordering Baklachandravip in East Bengal, now known as Bangladesh. The present-day village of Pembag, which lies near Ramshara in the Yesor district of Bangladesh, is said by many to be the site of Kumaradev's house. Of his many sons, 3 took to the path of Vaishnavism. Later, Sri Vallabha and his elder brothers, Sri Rupa and Sanatan, came from Chandradweep to the village in the Malda district of Bengal known as Ramakeli. It is in this village that Srila Jiva Goswami took birth, accepting Vallabha as his father. Because of engaging in the service of the Muslim government, the 3 brothers received the title Mulik. When Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu visited the village of Ramakeli, he met Vallabha there. Later, Sri Rupa Goswami, after meeting Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, resigned from government service, and when he went to Vrindavan to meet Lord Chaitanya, Vallabha accompanied him. The meeting of Rupa Goswami and Vallabha with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu at Allahabad is described in Madhya Lila chapter 19. Actually, it is to be understood from the statement of Sanatan Goswami that Sri Rupa Goswami and Vallabha went to Vrindavan under the instructions of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. First, they went to Mathura, where they met a gentleman named Subudhi Roy, who maintained himself by selling dry fuel wood. He was very pleased to meet Sri Rupa Goswami and Anupama, and so he showed them the 12 forests of Vrindavan. Thus, they lived in Vrindavan for 1 month and then again went to search for Sanatan Goswami. Following the course of the Ganga, they reached Allahabad or Prayagtir, but because Sanatan Goswami had come there by a different road, they did not meet him there. And when Sanatan Goswami came to Mathura, he was informed of the visit of Rupa Goswami and Anupam by Subudhi Roy. When Rupa Goswami and Anupam met Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Benares, they heard about Sanatan Goswami's travels from him. And thus they returned to Bengal, adjusted their affairs with the state, and on the order of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, went to see the Lord at Jagannath Puri. In the year of 1436, which was 1514 AD, the youngest brother, Anupam, died and went back home, back to Godhead. He went to the abode of the spiritual sky where Sri Ramachandra is situated. At Jagannath Puri, Sri Rupa Goswami informed Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu of this incident. Vallabha was a great devotee of Sri Ramachandra, therefore he could not seriously consider the worship of Radha Govinda according to the instructions of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Yet he directly accepted Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as an incarnation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Ramachandra. In the Bhakti Ratnakara, there is the following statement. Vallabha was given the name Anupa by Sri Gaurasundar, but he was always absorbed in the devotional service of Lord Ramachandra. He did not know anyone but Sri Ramachandra, but he knew that Chaitanya Goswami was the same as Lord Ramachandra. In the Gauraganadesha Dipika 180, Sri Rupa Goswami is described to be the gopi name Sri Rupa Manjari. In the Bhakti Ratnakara, there is a list of books by Sri Rupa Goswami compiled. Of all his books, the following 16 are very popular among Vaishnavas. Hamsaduta is number 1, 2, Uddhava Sandesh, 3, Krishna Janma Titi Vidi, 4 and 5, Radha Krishna Ganadesh Deep and Briyat, major, and Lagu, minor. Stavamala is number 6, 7. Vidagdha Madhava, 8. Lalita Madhava, 9. Dhanakali Kamudi, 10. Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. This is the most celebrated book by Sri Rupa Goswami. 11 is Ujjvala Nilamani. 12 is Akhyata Chandrika. 13, Mathura Mahim. 14, Pandyavali. 15, Nataka Chandrika. And 16, Lagu Bhagavatamrita. Sri Rupa Goswami gave up all family connections, joined the renounced order of life, and divided his money, giving 50% to the Brahmins and Vaishnavas, 25% to his Kutumba, family members, and keeping 25% for personal emergencies. He met Haridas Thakur in Jagannath Puri, where he also met Lord Chaitanya and his other associates. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to praise the handwriting of Rupa Goswami. Srila Rupa Goswami could compose verses according to the desires of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and by his direction, he wrote 2 books named Lalit Madhava and Vidagdha Madhava. Lord Chaitanya described the 2 brothers, Sanatan Goswami and Rupa Goswami, desired the 2 brothers, Sanatan Goswami and Rupa Goswami, to publish many books in support of the Vaishnava religion. When Sanatan Goswami met Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the Lord advised him also to go to Vrindavan. Sri Sanatan Goswami described in the Gaurogana Dashadipika 181, he was formerly known as Rati Manjari or sometimes Lavanga Manjari. In the Bhakti Ratnakara, it is stated that his spiritual master, Vidya Bhachaspati, sometimes stayed in the village of Ramakeli, and Sanatan Goswami studied all the Vedic literatures from him. He was so devoted to his spiritual master that it cannot even be described. According to the Vedic system, if someone sees a Muslim, he must perform rituals to atone for the meeting. Sanatan Goswami always associated with Muslim kings, not giving much attention to the Vedic injunctions. He used to visit the houses of Muslim kings, and thus he considered himself to have been converted into a Muslim. He was therefore always very humble and meek. When Sanatan presented himself before Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he said, I am always in association with lower class people, and my behavior is therefore very abominable. He actually belonged to a respectable Brahmin family, but because he considered his favor to be abominable, he did not try to place himself among the Brahmins, but always remained among people of the lower castes. He wrote the Hari Bhakta Vilas and Vaishnav Toshini, which is commentary on the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. In the year 1476 Shakabda, AD 1554, he completed the Brihad Vaishnav Toshini, commentary on Srimad Bhagavatam. In the year 1504 Shakabda, which is 1582 AD, Srila Jiva Goswami published an edited edition of the Brihad Vaishnav Toshini named Lagu Toshini. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taught his principles through 4 chief followers. Among them, Ramananda Rai is exceptional, for through him, the Lord taught how a devotee can completely vanquish the power of Cupid. By Cupid's power, as soon as one sees a beautiful woman, he is conquered by her beauty. Sri Ramananda Rai, however, vanquished Cupid's pride. Indeed, while rehearsing the Jagannath Balabhanataka, he personally directed extremely beautiful young girls in dancing, but he was never affected by their youthful beauty. Sri Ramananda Roy personally bathed these girls, touching them and washing them with his own hands. Yet he remained calm and passionless, as a great devotee should. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu certified that this was possible only for Ramananda Rai. Similarly, Damodar Pandit was notable for his objectivity as a critic. He did not even spare Chaitanya Mahaprabhu from criticism. This also cannot be imitated by anyone else. Haridas Thakur is exceptional for his forbearance because although he was beaten with canes in 22 marketplaces, he was nevertheless tolerant. Similarly, Sri Sanatan Goswami, although he belonged to a most respectable Brahmin family, was exceptional for his humility and meekness. In the Madhya Lila chapter 19, the device adopted by Sanatan Goswami to get free from government service is described. He served notice of sickness to the Nawab, the Muslim governor, but actually he was studying Srimad Bhagavatam with the Brahmins at home. The Nawab received information of this through a royal physician, and he immediately went to see Sanatan Goswami to discover his intentions. The Nawab requested Sanatan to accompany him on an expedition to Orissa, but when Sanatan Goswami refused, the Nawab ordered that he be imprisoned. When Rupa Goswami left home, he wrote a note for Sanatan Goswami informing him of some money that he entrusted to the local grocer. Sanatan Goswami took advantage of this money to bribe the jail keeper and get free from detention. Then he left for Benares to meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, bringing with him only one servant whose name was Ishana. On the way, they stopped at Sarai or hotel, and when the hotel keeper found out that Ishana had some gold coins with him, he planned to kill both Sanatan Goswami and Ishana and take away those coins. Later, Sanatan Goswami saw that although the hotel keeper did not know them, he was being especially attentive to their comfort. Therefore, he concluded that Ishana was secretly carrying some money and that the hotel keeper was aware of this and therefore planned to kill them for it. Upon being questioned by Sanatan Goswami, Ishana admitted that he had indeed brought money with him, and immediately Sanatan Goswami took the money and gave it to the hotel keeper, requesting him to help them get through the jungle. Thus, with the help of the hotel keeper, who is also the chief of the thieves of that territory, Sanatan Goswami crossed over the Hazipur mountains, which are presently known as the Hazaribags. He then met his brother-in-law, Shrikant, who requested that he stay with him. Sanatan Goswami refused, but before they parted, Shrikant gave him a valuable blanket. Somehow or other, Sanatan Goswami reached Varanasi and met Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu at the house of Chandrasekhara. By the order of the Lord, Sanatan Goswami was cleanly shaved and his dress changed to that of a mendicant or Babaji. He put on old garments of Tapan Mishras and took prasadam at the house of a Maharashtrian Brahmin. Then, in discourses with Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the Lord himself explained everything about devotional service to Sanatan Goswami. He advised Sanatan Goswami to write books on devotional service, including a book of directions for Vaishnava activities, and to excavate the lost places of pilgrimage in Vrindavan. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave him his blessings to do all this work and also explained to Sanatan Goswami the import of the Atmarama verse from 61 different angles of vision. Sanatan Goswami went to Vrindavan by the main road, and when he reached Mathura, he met Shubodhi Roy. Then he returned to Jagannath Puri through Jharkhand, the Madhya Pradesh jungle. At Jagannath Puri, he decided to give up his body by falling down beneath a wheel of the Jagannath Rath, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saved him. Then Sanatan Goswami met Haridas Thakur and heard about the disappearance of Anupam. Sanatan Goswami later described the glories of Haridas Thakur. Sanatan observed the etiquette of Jagannath's temple by going along the beach to visit Lord Chaitanya, although it was extremely hot due to the sun. He requested Jagannath Pandit to give him permission to return to Vrindavan. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu praised the character of Sanatan Goswami, and he embraced Sanatan, accepting his body as spiritual. Sanatan Goswami was offered by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to live at Jagannath Puri for 1 year. When he returned to Vrindavan after that time, he again met Rupa Goswami, and both brothers remained in Vrindavan to execute the orders of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The place where Sri Rupa Goswami and Sanatan Goswami formerly lived has now become a place of pilgrimage. It is generally known as Gupta Vrindavan or Hidden Vrindavan, and is situated about 8 miles south of English Bazaar. There, the following places are still visited. The temple of Sri Madan Mohan, 1. 2 is the Keli Kadamba tree, under which Chaitanya Mahaprabhu met Sanatan Goswami, and 3, Rupa Sagara, a large pond excavated by Sri Rupa Goswami. A society named Ramakeli Samskara Samiti was established in 1924 to repair the temple and renovate the pond. Text 85. Tanra Madhe Rupa Sanatana Bada Shakka Anupam Jiva Rajendradi Upasaka. Among these branches, Rupa and Sanatan were principal, Anupa, Jiva Goswami and others headed by Rajendra were their sub-branches. Purport. In the Goragana Deshadipika 195, it is said that Sri Jiva Goswami was formerly Vilas Manjari Gopi. From his very childhood, Jiva Goswami was greatly fond of Srimad Bhagavatam. He later came to Navadvip to study Sanskrit, and following in the footsteps of Sri Nityananda Prabhu, he circumambulated the entire Navadvip Dham. After visiting Navadvip Dham, he went to Benares to study Sanskrit under Madhusudana Vachaspati. And after finishing his studies in Benares, he went to Vrindavan and took shelter of his uncles Sri Rupa and Sanatan. This is described in the Bhakti Ratnakara. As far as our information goes, Srila Jiva Goswami composed and edited at least 25 books. They're all very much celebrated, and they're listed as follows. 1. Harinam Amrita Vyakarana. 2. Sutra Malika. 3. Dhatu Sangraha. 4. Krishnarcha Deepika. 5. Gopala Virudavali. 6. Rasamrita Sesha. 7. Sri Madhava Mahotsava. 8. Sri Sankalpa Kalpavriksha. 9. Bhavarta Suchakra Champa. 10. Gopala Tapani Tika. 11. A commentary on the Brahma Samhita. 12. A commentary on the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. 13. A commentary on Ujjvala Nilamani. 14. A commentary on Yoga Sarastava. 15. A commentary on Gayatri Mantra as described in Agni Purana. 16. A description of the Lord's lotus feet derived from the Padma Purana. 17. A description of the lotus feet of Srimati Radharani. 18. Gopala Champu in 2 parts. And 19, wait a minute. 19 through 25. 7 Sandarbhas. The Kama Tattva Bhagavat Paramatma Krishna Bhakti and Priti Sandarbha. After the disappearance of Srila Rupa Goswami and Sanatan Goswami in Vrindavan, Srila Jiva Goswami became the Acharya of all the Vaishnavas in Bengal, Orissa, and the rest of the world. It is he who used to guide them in their devotional service. In Vrindavan, he established the Radha Damodar temple, where after retirement, we had the opportunity to live from 1962 until 1965, when we decided to come to the United States of America. When Jiva Goswami was still present, Srila Krishnadas, Kaviraj Goswami compiled his famous Caitanya Charitamrta. Later, Srila Jiva Goswami inspired Srinivasacharya, Narottam Das Thakur, and Dukhi Krishnadas to preach Krishna consciousness. In Bengal, Jiva Goswami was informed that all the manuscripts that had been collected from Vrindavan and sent to Bengal for preaching purposes were plundered near Vishnupur in Bengal, but later he received the information that the books had been recovered. Sri Jiva Goswami awarded the designation Kaviraj to Ramachandra Sen, a disciple of Srinivasacharya's, and to Ramachandra's younger brother, Govinda. While Jiva Goswami was alive, Srimati Janava Devi, the pleasure potency of Sri Nityananda Prabhu, went to Vrindavan with a few devotees. Sri Jiva Goswami was very kind to the Gaudiya Vaishnavas, the Vaishnavas from Bengal. Whoever went to Vrindavan, he provided with a residence and prasadam. His disciple, Krishnadas Adhikari, listed all the books of the Goswamis in his diary. The Hasajas level 3 accusations against Srila Jiva Goswami. This is certainly not congenial for the execution of devotional service. The first accusation concerns the materialist who is very proud of his reputation as a great Sanskrit scholar and approached Sri Rupa and Sanatan to argue with them about the revealed scriptures. Srila Rupa Goswami and Sanatan Goswami, not wanting to waste their time, gave him a written statement that he had defeated them in debate on the revealed scriptures. Taking this paper, the scholar approached Jiva Goswami for a similar certificate of defeat, but Jiva Goswami did not agree to give him one. On the contrary, he argued with him regarding the scriptures and defeated him. Certainly, it was right for Jiva Goswami to stop such a dishonest scholar from advertising that he had defeated Srila Rupa Goswami and Sanatan Goswami, but due to their illiteracy, the Sahaja class referred to this incident and accused Srila Jiva Goswami of deviating from the principle of humility. They do not know, however, that humility and meekness are appropriate when one's own honor is insulted, but not when Lord Vishnu or the acharyas are blasphemed. In such cases, one should not be humble and meek, but must act. One should follow the example given by Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu. Lord Caitanya says in his Shikshastika, Trinadapi Sishnena Tororvi Vishishnuna Manina Manidena Kirtaniya Sadahari. One can chant the holy name of the Lord in a humble state of mind, thinking oneself lower than the straw in the street. One should be more tolerant of a tree, devoid of all sense of false prestige, and should be ready to offer all respect to others. In such a state of mind, one can chant the holy name of the Lord constantly. Nevertheless, when the Lord was informed that Nanda Prabhu was injured by Jagai and Madai, he immediately went to the spot, angry like fire, wanting to kill them. Thus, Lord Chaitanya explained his verse by the example of his own behavior. One should tolerate insults against oneself, but when there is blasphemy committed against superiors, such as other Vaishnavas, one should neither be humble nor meek. One must take proper steps to counteract such blasphemy. This is the duty of a servant of Guru and Vaishnavas. Anyone who understands the principle of eternal servitude to the Guru and Vaishnavas will appreciate the action of Sri Jiva Goswami in connection with the so-called scholar's victory over his gurus, Srila Rupa Goswami and Srila Sanatan Goswami. Another story fabricated to defame Srila Jiva Goswami states that when Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami showed him the newly completed manuscript of Sri Caitanya Charitamrta, Jiva Goswami thought it would hamper his reputation as a big scholar and therefore threw it into a well. Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami was greatly shocked, according to this story, and he died immediately. Fortunately, a copy of the manuscript of Sri Caitanya Charitamrta had been kept by a person named Mukunda, and therefore later it was possible to publish the book. This story is another ignominious example of blasphemy against the Guru and Vaishnava. Such a story should never be accepted as authoritative. According to another accusation, Sri Jiva Goswami did not approve the principles of the Parakiya Ras of Vrajadam, and therefore he supported Svakiya Ras, showing that Radha and Krishna are eternally married. Actually, when Jiva Goswami was alive, some of his followers disliked the Parakiya Ras of the gopis. Therefore, Srila Jiva Goswami, for their spiritual benefit, supported Svakiya Ras, for he could understand that Sahajas would otherwise exploit the Parakiya Ras as they are actually doing at the present time. Unfortunately, in Vrindavan and Navadvip, it has become fashionable among Sahajas in their debauchery to find an unmarried sexual partner to live with to execute so-called devotional service in Parakiya Ras. Foreseeing this, Srila Jiva Goswami supported Svakiya Ras, and later all the Vaishnavacharyas also approved of it. Srila Jiva Goswami was never opposed to the transcendental Parakiya Ras, nor has any other Vaishnava disproved of it. Srila Jiva Goswami strictly followed his predecessor gurus and Vaishnavas. Srila Rupa Goswami and Sanatan Goswami and Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami accepted him as one of their, as a spiritual instructor guru, one of their spiritual instructor gurus. Text 86. Mal ira ichaya shaka bahuta badila Badiya paschima desha sabha achadila. By the will of the Supreme Gardener, the branches of Srila Rupa Goswami and Sanatan Goswami grew many times over, expanding throughout the Western countries and covering the entire region. Text 87. Asindunadi Tirara Himalaya Vrindavana Mathuradi Yata Tirthahaya. Extending to the borders of the river Sindhu and the Himalayan mountain valleys, these two branches expanded throughout India, including all the places of pilgrimage, such as Vrindavan, Mathura, and Haridwar. Text 88. Dui Shakhara Prema Pale Sakala Bashila Prema Pal As Bade Loka Unmota Ila. The fruits of love of Godhead, which fructified on these two branches, were distributed in abundance. Taking these fruits, everyone became mad after them. Text 89. Paschimera Loka Sabha Mudha Anachara Tohan Pracharila Donhe Bhakti Sadachara. The people in general on the western side of India were neither intelligent nor well-behaved. But by the influence of Srila Rupa Goswami and Sanatan Goswami, they were trained in devotional service and good behavior. Purport. Although it is not only in Western India that people were contaminated by association with Muslims, it is a fact that the farther west one goes in India, the more he will find people fallen from Vedic culture. Until 5,000 years ago, when the entire planet was under the control of Maharaj Parikshit, the Vedic culture was current everywhere. Gradually, however, people were influenced by non-Vedic culture and they lost sight of how to behave in connection with devotional service. Srila Rupa Goswami and Sanatan Goswami very kindly preached the bhakti cult in Western India, and following in their footsteps, the propagators of the Caitanya cult in Western countries are spreading the Sankirtan movement and including the principles of Vaishnava behavior, thus purifying and reforming many persons who were previously accustomed to the cultures of mlechas and javanas. All of our devotees in Western countries give up their old habits of illicit sex, intoxication, meat eating, and gambling. Of course, 500 years ago, these practices were unknown in India, at least in Eastern India. But unfortunately, at present, all of India has been victimized by these non-Vedic principles, which are sometimes even supported by the government. Text 90. Shastra Drishtye Kaila Lupta Tirtera Udhara Vrindavane Kaila Sri Murti Shivara Prachara. In accordance with the directions of the revealed scriptures, both Goswamis excavated the lost places of pilgrimage and inaugurated the worship of deities in Vrindavan. Purport. The spot where we now find Sri Radhakund was an agricultural field during the time of Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu. A small reservoir of water was there, and Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu bathed in that water and pointed out that originally Radhakund existed in that location. Following his direction, Sri Rupa Goswami and Sanatan Goswami renovated Radhakund. This is one of the brilliant examples of how the Goswami excavated lost places of pilgrimage. Similarly, it is through the endeavor of the Goswamis that all the important temples in Vrindavan were established. Originally, there were 7 important Gaudiya Vaishnava temples established in Vrindavan, named Madana Mohan, Govinda Temple, Gopinath Temple, Sri Radharaman Temple, Radha Samasundar Temple, and Radha Damodar Temple, and Gokulananda Temple. Text 91. Mahaprabhura Priya Britya Raghunatha Das Sarvatyali Kaila Prabhura Paratalevas. Sri Raghunath Das Goswami, the 46th branch of the tree, was one of the most dear servants of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He left all his material possessions to surrender completely unto the Lord and live at his lotus feet. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta purport. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur writes in his Anubhashya. Srila Raghunath Das Goswami was most probably born in the year 1416 Shakabda, 1494 AD, in a Kayasta family as the son of Govardhan Majumdara, who was the younger brother of then Zamindar Hiranya Majumdara. The village where he took his birth is known as Sri Krishnapura. Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Jai Jai Shri Kishore Kishore Jagannath Chalare, Vajramani Ki Jai, Jai Jai Gornitai, Srila Bhakti Saraswati Maharaj, Prabhupada Purkai, Jai Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai.
Very nice.
The forefathers of Srila Raghunath Das Goswami were all Vaishnavas and were very rich men. His spiritual master at home was Yadunandana Acharya. Although Raghunath Das was a family man, he had no attachment for his estate and wife. Seeing his tendency to leave home, wait a minute, I missed something here. Okay, right here. Parental home of Sri Raghunath Das was situated. A temple of Sri Radha Govinda is still there. In front of the temple is a large open area, but no large hall for the devotees to assemble. A rich Calcutta gentleman named Hari Charana Ghosh, who resided in the Simla quarter, recently repaired the temple. The entire temple compound is surrounded by walls, and in a small room just to the side of the temple is a small platform on which Raghunath Das Goswami used to worship the deity. By the side of the temple is the dying river Saraswati. The forefathers of Srila Raghunath Das Goswami were all Vaishnavas and were very rich men. His spiritual master at home was Yadunandana Acharya. Although Raghunath Das was a family man, he had no attachment for his estate and wife. Seeing his tendency to leave home, his father and uncle engaged special bodyguards to watch over him, but nevertheless, he managed to escape their vigilance and went away to Jagannath Puri to meet Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu. This incident took place in the year 1439 Shakabda, which is 1517 AD. Raghunath Das Goswami compiled 3 books named Stavamala or Stavabali, Dhanacharita, and Muktacharita. He lived a long time, residing for most of his life at Radhakund. The place where Raghunath Das Goswami performed his devotional service still exists by Radhakund. He almost completely gave up eating, therefore was very skinny and weak of health. His only concern was to chant the holy name of the Lord. He gradually reduced his sleeping until he was almost not sleeping at all. It is said that his eyes were always full of tears. When Srinivasacharya went to see Raghunath Das Goswami, the Goswami blessed him by embracing him. Srinivasacharya requested his blessings for preaching in Bengal, and Srila Raghunath Das Goswami granted them. In the Gorganadesha Dipika 186, it is stated that Srila Raghunath Das Goswami was formerly the gopi named Rasa Manjari. Sometimes it is said that he was Rati Manjari. Text 92. Prabhu Samarpila Tanre Swarupera Hate Prabhu Gupta Seva Kaila Swarupera Sate. When Raghunath Das Goswami approached Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu at Jagannath Puri, the Lord entrusted him to care for Swarup Damodar as secretary. Thus, they both engaged in the confidential service of the Lord. Purport. The confidential service was the personal care of the Lord. Swarup Damodar acted as his secretary, attended to the Lord's baths, meals, rest, and massages, and Raghunath Das assisted him. In effect, Raghunath Das Goswami acted as the assistant secretary of the Lord. Text 93. Shodasha Vatsara Kaila Antaranga Sevanam Swarupera Antardhane Aila Vrindavana. Translation. He rendered confidential service to the Lord for 16 years at Jagannath Puri, and after the disappearance of both the Lord and Swarup Damodar, he left Jagannath Puri and went to Vrindavan. Text 94. Vrindavane Dui Baira Charana Dekiya Govardhane Jajibade Ha Rigu Patakariya. Sri Raghunath Das Goswami intended to go to Vrindavan to see the lotus feet of Rupa and Sanatan, and then he intended to give up his life by jumping from Govardhan Hill. Purport. Jumping from the top of Govardhan Hill is a system of suicide, especially performed by saintly persons. After the disappearance of Lord Chaitanya and Swarup Damodar, Raghunath Das Goswami keenly felt separation from these 2 exalted personalities, and therefore decided to give up his life by jumping from Govardhan Hill in Vrindavan. Before doing so, however, he wanted to see the lotus feet of Srila Rupa Goswami and Sanatan Goswami. Text 95. Eta nischayakari aila Vrindavane asi rupa sanatanera vandila charane. Thus, Srila Raghunath Das Goswami came to Vrindavan, visited Srila Rupa Goswami and Sanatan Goswami, and offered them his obeisances. Text 96. Abe dui bai tanre marite nadila nijat priti abai kari nikate rakila. Translation. These two brothers, however, did not allow him to die. They accepted him as their third brother and kept him in their company. 97. Mahaprabhura lila yata bahirantara dui bai tanramuke shune nirantaram. Because Raghunath Das Goswami was an assistant, was an assistant to Swarup Damodar, he knew much about the external and internal features of the pastimes of Lord Chaitanya. Thus, the two brothers, Rupa and Sanatan, always used to hear of this from him. Text 98. Ana jala tyaga kaila anya katana hala duitina mata karina baksana. Raghunath Das Goswami gradually gave up all food and drink, but a few drops of buttermilk. Text 99. Sahasra dandavat kare laya lakshanama dui sahasra Vaishnavere nitya paranama. As a daily duty, he regularly offered 1,000 obeisances to the Lord, chanted at least 100,000 holy names, and offered obeisances to 2,000 Vaishnavas. Final text, 100. Ratri Radha Krishnera Manasa Sevana Prakareka Mahaprabhurera Charitra Katana. Day and night, he rendered service with his mind to Radha Krishna, and for 3 hours daily, he discoursed about the character of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Purport. We have many things to learn about bhajan, or worship of the Lord, by following the footsteps of Raghunath Das Goswami. All the Goswamis engaged in such transcendental activities as described by Srinivasa Acharya in his poem about them, Krishna Kirtana Gana Nartana Parao Premanam Ritaboniti. Following in the footsteps of Raghunath Das Goswami, Srila Rupa Goswami, and Sanatan Goswami, one has to execute devotional service very strictly, specifically by chanting the holy name of the Lord. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Jai Shri Chaitanya, Jai Nityananda, Jai Advaita Tandra, Jai Gora Bhakta Vrinda, Srila Prabhupada Ki Haribol.